Hello Aadrika, so we are team 5 and we are doing some research regarding our project which is Metaverse. There are some questions we would like you to answer those questions. And the first question is, what is Metaverse in your opinion?
Okay, so basically, I came across Metaverse in a novel which was published by Neil Stephenson in 1992. It's called A Snow Crash, where he talks about a digital market wherein people can go engage in buy and sell goods. So, in my own layman terms, I feel Metaverse is basically a digital shift in how we perceive a cyberspace. It is basically a combination or more of a coherent mix of what an AR and VR looks like, and it gives you a feel of the kind of era that you're basically living in that moment, and more like perceiving it in different avatars and in different definitions as well.
Okay, so the second question is, how do you think Metaverse will impact the financial world in regards to trading stocks, cryptocurrencies and NFTs?
Okay, so I think by now all of us know that big shopping and brand giants like H&M and Zara have, kind of published their own metaverse store, and therein you can also engage in economic operations. As in, when we used to go to a physical store and buy, you can go and buy a T-shirt. You can also go into a store that is basically inbuilt in a metaverse, and buy a good of your own choice. So I think in that way, metaverse will completely transform how an economy works, and it will also shape the economic inflows and outflows. And talking about cryptocurrencies, because it's my niche, I feel that in a way cryptocurrency has decentralized every financial aspect it touches. So when metaverse is combined with cryptocurrency, that basically means consumers have all the power. We are the first people, and we can transform and know what assets hold what kind of value without the presence of any middleman. That gives us an entire freedom of expression of how we want to, in a way engage in our own financial assets. So I think it will be a democratic wave of how users and producers and consumers tackle their financial assets and fortunes.
Okay, so the third question is, according to you, will Metaverse introduce new platforms or money making options or trading options in general into the world?
In general, so see, I basically feel that cryptocurrency in general, or the ledger database, has a lot of misconceptions in the general youth. We are sitting here doing interviews because we are educated people. We had the privilege to know that I can transfer money one on one within two people with just a click without needing a bank. But to make this entire system generalized, we should also realize that every single person who will be engaged needs to know how that works, and why would somebody pay $1 billion just to get a VR headset when I can kind of physically go to a place and experience that. So I think to make it generalized and to make its use in a public way, we need everyone to have a knowledge of it, and unless and until we don't have it, it will go in bad hands, and people who have power will in a way abuse it. So I think knowledge is the first step to this.
Amazing. And the fourth question is, at this moment, Metaverse is at its early stages.
Yeah.
Will Metaverse will be as prominent in the future as the social media platforms are right now? Will it be a stepping stone to other more developed entities, like in the case of MySpace and Facebook?
See, like I said, I would like to stick to my point, as in general awareness about the public and the masses. See, there are tens and hundreds type of people who use Facebook and other social media platforms, but to operate a platform or an operational side, I wouldn't say complex, but as unique as metaverse, you need to have a basic understanding, and you need to also have a sort of assertions of the risks and everything that involves in it. So I don't think in next 10 years it's not possible to be as prominent as social media platforms like Facebook and MySpace, but I think we do have a future. I believe 50 years before, we would not be sitting here talking about a space where I put a headset and I can go to H&M and buy a t-shirt. But the fact that we are talking about it now is a proof that maybe 20-30 years later, when it's more generalized, when it's more common and more homogeneous, maybe then we can talk about it.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah.